Okay, I'm actually excited just making this video. Loopers, this video is for you. Here it is. Swissbeatbox just announced that a new loop station is on its way. It's named the RC-505 MK2. So in this video, we are going to talk about the new features that this new loop station has to offer. And there are quite a few. But first of all, just to recap a little bit what is going on, there is an online loop station battle organized by Swissbeatbox that is called the KICKBACK BATTLE. So the event will take place this summer and 8 loopers have been selected in a wildcard competition. And these 8 loopers all received a MK2 loop station prototype. Loopers will be able to battle with this MK2 prototype, and it's pretty exciting because there are a lot of new features and a lot of possibilities. So obviously I do not have an MK2 with me, but I got my good old RC505, and I'm going to use this RC505 to tell you what's new and what are the differences between the RC505 and the MK2. Now I know the new loop station is called the BOSS RC505 MK2 loop station, but just for the purpose of this video, when I'll say RC505, I'll be talking about this loop station, and when I'll say MK2, I'll be referring to the new loop station. Okay, first of all, let's make it simple. What is new? Well, on the RC505, we had 3 input buttons for effects and 3 buttons for the track effects, right? So input effects, track effects, ABC, ABC. Now on the MK2, you now have A, B, C, D on both sides. We also have many new effects. Also, if you use multi-effects, that is using several effects at the same time, right? So combination of 3 effects, for example. On the 505, you were limited to what effects could go with other effects. For example, you could not use the synth, the robot, and the octave at the same time. On the MK2, you can combine anything you want. You can put all the effects present on the machine together. If you even want to put 4 transpose together, I don't know who would want to do that, but if you want to put 4 transpose effects together, you can do so. So any effects combination is possible on the MK2. So for the moment, this is pretty exciting, right? But the best is yet to come. So now you have different banks of effects, and within each bank you can set the 4 effects you want. Let me make it clear with an example. Let's say you made a track on the 505, this one. So you have your track running like this, and you want to do a first drop using A beat scatter, B, a vocal distortion, and C, a reverb. So you do your drop by activating the effects. But then let's say you wanted to go to a second drop immediately using totally different effects. For example, in A, a transpose, in B, a phaser, and in C, a chorus. You would have to manually change all of the effects one by one, getting your transpose, your phaser, and your chorus, right? So basically on the RC505, you cannot go from one drop immediately to another drop with 3 different combinations of effects. Well, now with the MK2, this is possible. Whether you are in input or track effects, you can have 4 different banks of effects. So let me make it clear once more. Let's say this is the MK2 and I have 4 buttons right here, A, B, C, and D. I have a beat scatter, a vocal distortion, a reverb, and in D, a ring modulator. Well, right here on the MK2, I have a new button that if I press, allows me to go from one bank of effects to another bank of effects with totally different effects. So by the press of a button right here, I would go from a drop using a beat scatter, a vocal distortion, a reverb, and a ring modulator to another drop where this time the effects would be totally different. One press of a button and now right here I have a transpose, a phaser, a chorus, and a lo-fi, for example, in D. And as I said, that's just going from one drop to another, but you have 4 banks of effects, so you can go from one drop to another, to another, to another. And the same applies to input effects. thus making the build-up process much faster, allowing the user to avoid toggling between effects to make up the track. Remember, on the RC505, you want to apply track effects, and you want this track to have track effects, you had to press the edit button and had it blinking like this. Well, on the MK2, you now have directly an effects button, and this button allows you to apply track effects on your track directly. No need to press the edit button anymore. On the MK2, there will be two buttons right here, are knobs that you could either turn or press. And you can call them sort of assign buttons because their main purpose is for the user to decide whatever these buttons are made for. So you can assign anything to these buttons, and it just allows you to have more control over the Loopstation. The actual user interface of the MK2 allows for much more possibilities. The screen is bigger and there are many options in the menus. You can insert two microphones at the same time. This is actually pretty cool if you want to do a collab with a singer or a rapper or a beatboxer and you want everything to be recorded within the Loopstation to go out to your PC. Speaking of which, now when you record yourself on a PC, you are not limited to one WAV file going to your software. You can now record in 3 different files. For example, here, if I have a beat and hi-hat, my bass, and my vocals. Well, if I'm recording live on a software, I could have my drums in one WAV file, my bass in one WAV file, and my vocals in one WAV file, thus making it easier for you to mix and master your tracks. Now, for the moment, the MK2s that are out there are only prototypes. As I said, it's not released yet. I will focus my content on this channel towards the MK2 in the following months, trying to be a reliable source of information regarding the machine. So don't hesitate in subscribing to this channel. I know I post a lot of videos and sometimes people say they don't see my videos because, you know, you don't subscribe and don't press on the bell, so obviously you don't see every video that goes by. If you are interested in becoming a member, please do so. I'm gonna release some content for members only. If you don't want to become a member, if you don't want to subscribe, just leave a thumbs up after this video, or right now actually, if you think this is a useful video. And you know, I'm not gonna lie to you and say, oh, you should comment to tell me your thoughts on the new machine or whatever. No, just comment for the algorithm, you know, but still, comment to discuss the machine, comment to tell me your thoughts about the MK2. Thanks for watching. I'm pretty excited to see what the future has to offer for us loopers, but from what I've seen, it's pretty exciting. Thank you very much. Love you guys. And once more, just, you know, quick promo. If you want to buy this t-shirt, it's in my store, which the link is in the description somewhere. But anyway, love you guys. And yeah, peace.